Hey there guys, this is 88 Shadow Angel here once again, and today I'm bringing you something a bit special, which are the new-ish assassin models from, I think, Operation something or other. Actually, it might be Operation Assassin. Yeah, Shadow. Which came with which obviously came with the Chaos Marines and Sorcerer, and of course the brand new plastic assassins. Now, of course, you can only buy these as part of that box set at the moment, unless GW release these as separate pressure packs, which I really hope they do, because I'd love to own a set of these of my own. Onto that point, I've was given very somewhat special privilege to be able to paint these up for a friend of mine. If you've seen any of Templars videos, then Big Steve is your guy who I'm painting these up for. Really lovely guy, and it was a pleasure to paint these for him, as well as obviously getting a chance to get a closer and proper look at these absolutely fantastic models. So I'm just going to zoom in slightly, just give you a bit close look. So although they do look kind of spindly, obviously because they're assassins, so they are quite thin models, the level of detail on these guys is absolutely phenomenal, and it really does show some of the levels of which GW can do plastics. Obviously, if you've seen their plastic kits, you should know all about how well they can do plastic kits. But these were a real joy to paint because there was something a bit different, and considering there's not, I suppose, a lot of characteristic vibe from them, because obviously they all wear masks and everything else, these things I think are absolutely full of character. And they really do show off their individual personas then to kind of show it to. I mean, the look of the Calidus jumping down onto the rock to run down it, and then you got the Vindicar sort of just peering around a bit of wreckage, and then this is where I can never remember the actual name of these two. I'm sure this is the Eversaw, I think. She's a combat nut job. And then I can never remember the name. I'll find out when I have to show these off individually. Your Psychic Killer. And with that being said, yeah. So I'm going to just talk a bit about some of the inspirations I took from these, and where. So, a few of the changes I wanted to do was to make them somewhat fairly stealthy-ish, so got rid of a lot of the bright colours which seemed to go with these and how Heavy Metal had painted them up, which I'd kind of use as a guide. Of course, with like the Calidus has bright orange hair, with the way the Heavy Metal team do it, and I wanted to go with more of a darker vibe to it, so I put a bit of a black wash over the orange hair just to dye it down a bit. Also, I didn't go over the top with the green blade and the end of the pistol. They were both darker. Well, the pistol was painted green and darkened down, whereas the blade was silver with a green wash over it, just to kind of give it that kind of energy filled vibe, and then with a hard coat wash put back over the top just to bring it up to the shine for the blade. The Eversaw going past was probably my favourite one to paint. Loads and loads of detail on there. I also redid the armour a dark blue rather than a bright red, just because I feel that it looks a bit more stealthy. Took a bit of inspiration from Scarecrow from the Arkham series of video games, with the orange tank on his left wrist, just because I love that whole idea of injecting fear into someone. And obviously he has the needles on the bottom of his pistol, which has got some kind of green poisonous ooze in it. The Vindicar is exactly as you kind of expect the Vindicar to be. Big, heavy sniper rifle, which I've done like a darkish olive green to give it that military feel, and just covered in bullets everywhere for the different types. And then I'm gonna have to find out the name, but I do apologise. For the Psyker, I went with kind of these, like the kind of steampunky look for it, so quite a lot of silvers and brass colours for the psychic instrument on his head. Basically that really cool gothic-y skull that he has, and the big green eye as well. And yeah, I mean, then you've got the bases as well. Bases are really basically done, so dark reds and greys, silvers on some just to point out bits of metal. And yeah, and I tried to tie them all together so it actually looks like they're kind of united in that kind of front. But yeah, all in all, absolutely had a blast painting these guys, and if you can get your hands on them, then do, because they are really good. They are really, really nice models to paint, and they look really cool in your collection. And so there you go, guys. Quickish vid, just to show these off, because they are stunning. And once again, I'd like to throw a big thank you out to my mate Steve for letting me paint these. It's been a real pleasure painting them, so thank you again. Also, thank you very much for watching and subscribing. Thank you for all the comments, views and everything else. Once again, yeah, thank you. I shall catch you again next time, which I'm not sure which will be something, and I shall, yeah, so be safe, take care, catch you next time, cheers.